everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Dorky Dunkleosteus. I am your curator, Carla, and today we are going to be talking about the wonder chicken, the earliest discovered modern bird. It is called Asterioris. Asterioris. I'm going to butcher names again in this episode, and I apologize. So, it was discovered in the year 2000 near the border of the Netherlands and Belgium by a gentleman named Martin van Dinther. Now, he actually found this skull, which you see is a 3D printed version that's being held right there, in about a rock about the size of a deck of cards. And it was so miraculously preserved. It was awesome. It came from about 66.7 million years ago during the late Cretaceous. So it was named Asterioris, after the Greek Titan goddess of the falling stars. Scientists, as they were cleaning out this fossil, actually have playfully called it the Wonder Chicken, because it is a very interesting, very wonderful chicken. So, the Wonder Chicken, Asterioris, lived underneath Tyrannosaur's feet. They were contemporaries to Tyrannosaurus rex and other late Cretaceous dinosaurs. So it is actually considered a Neorthes, so a modern bird, a very, very early modern bird. It has all the calling cards of a modern bird, but its skull is a little different. It was about the size of a modern chicken, a very small chicken. The skull itself is only about that big, so maybe 2 to 3 inches. That's about the size of a modern chicken head. So it was actually the last common ancestor before Anseriforms, which are geese and duck and other waterfowl, and Galliforms, or chickens, branched apart. So it is the most common ancestor of both waterfowl and groundfowl, which is really kind of cool because we knew that they were related. They have very similar skulls. Now we know where their grandpa is. It's Wonder Chicken. So what does this all mean? So, before the discovery of Asterioris, many modern bird fossils were only found in the Mesozoic from the southern hemisphere. We're talking, Chile, Antarctica, all of these southern hemisphere places. And the oldest was actually found in Antarctica. The oldest known modern bird was found in Antarctica. And so this led a lot of scientists to believe that all modern birds evolved from dinosaurs that were isolated on Gondwana during the late Cretaceous. Because Gondwana was pretty much all of the southern parts, pretty much the southern hemisphere of the planet. This is really kind of interesting, and it makes sense because we hadn't found any other fossils in the northern hemisphere of any kind of neo bird that was during the late Cretaceous. With Asterioris found in the northern hemisphere, this really kind of puts a monkey wrench into things. So we're not sure where modern birds came from. Obviously, we do know that they came from para-avian raptorids and other non-avian dinosaurs, but we don't know where they branched off, or more precisely, we don't know when. We have a lot of interesting maniraptorans in the worlds of the fossil world that we know about. We have Microraptor, which was a small flying dinosaur, but it doesn't have all the key marks that would make it an ancestor of a modern bird. Wonder Chicken does. It has all of the hallmarks of a modern bird, combining both a chicken and a goose. Weird to think about, but it's really kind of cool. And in fact, this is from the study of its naming. These are a couple of the fossils. Well, the top is obviously Asterioris. And we can see, as it's compared to an Australian bush turkey, a wild turkey, an extinct goose genus, it does kind of fit between all of them. Now, I have linked in the sources the full paper study and description of the new species and genus. It goes into a lot of stuff. Again, a lot of that physical stuff that I can't quite understand. But just by looking at these skulls, these 4 skulls, I can see it. Um, it has the predentary bones on both the upper and lower jaw that are looks to be a little wider than that of any kind of modern chicken, but it has some really interesting things going on in it, and I'm really excited. Hopefully, I can find in the coming months we can find a little bit more information about this dinosaur because it's really cool. I actually, well, yeah, it's a dinosaur, but it's also a bird. It's a modern bird. Um, and it's really quite fascinating. So where does this lead us? So continued discoveries and studies are needed to find out where modern birds branched off from non-avian dinosaurs and maniraptorans. We need to find more fossils. We need to find more fossils and we need to study them really well. Asterioris has helped us to figure out where modern waterfowl and groundfowl have come from. They all came from this dude, this cute little wonder chicken. And we know it is one of the first fossils that we've discovered that has attributes of both a waterfowl and a groundfowl. Hopefully, with continued discoveries, this will help us figure out where our modern dinosaur friends came from. Um, so here are the sources. Mainly, it's the main nature document, which is actually the link to the official page, the official sources and paper that have been published. So it's taken 20 years for Wonder Chicken to finally be studied to a farm enough to actually be named. So that's really cool. And then a National Geographic did a nice little overview that I read through to try and make my head stop hurting from all of the techno speak. So this is really, really cool. I'm really hoping that we find some more information about Wonder Chicken. I love chickens. One day I'm hoping to get some chickens of my own. So that's really, really cool. There's not a lot out on him quite yet, so hopefully we can continue to do some research and everything. But I have some other really important news. So tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I am going to be streaming in conjunction with Jacksepticeye and other YouTube creators to raise money for COVID-19 responses. My goal is $250 to raise towards it. It's kind of hit really close to home for me right now. My sister is very ill, and we believe she has COVID-19. She's getting tested. By the time this video comes out, hopefully will have been tested. We won't know the results right away. And it's pretty scary. It's pretty scary because my parents and I were actually over to her house to drop off some things to pay her for getting us some groceries because she was out and she got us some groceries. And we were just dropping off a check. And even though we stayed apart, it's scary because my parents are both in their 60s, or my dad's actually in his 70s. They have comorbidities, so they have a lot of things that are not right with them, not right with their lungs. They were both smokers. I'm sorry. This is really scary. They haven't been smoking for over 20 years now? No, 15 years, sorry. So we are in total isolation. We're not leaving the house for 2 weeks. And it's very scary. So yeah. So this means even more to me right now to raise the money for the people who are out there. For the foundations and the charities who are raising money and trying to help. My sister currently has 102-degree fever. She doesn't have the coughing, but she has vomiting and extreme exhaustion and body aches. And this is scary. You always think it can't happen to you or your family. But it can. And there is a very serious risk that my parents and I have it, and that it's germinating right now, and that it's that we could be sick, very, very seriously sick, and not know it yet. So please, please, please stay at home. Please, if you don't feel well, contact your medical personnel, you know, a local hospital. But don't go outside. Quarantine yourself for 14 days. This is not the end of it. This is pretty bad. New York City probably is reaching its peak. I live in Western New York. We're nowhere near peak right now. I live in technically what is considered a depressed county. We have no major cities. Everything is a very small towns and farmland. And we don't have any close hospitals. The closest hospitals are in Rochester and or Buffalo. In fact, the closest is Rochester. And it's scary. I am praying and hopeful that my sister will be okay. That that she won't have any serious symptoms. She's been sick for a couple days now. On Friday and Saturday and Sunday I'm recording. Tomorrow it'll be Monday. So it's scary. So please don't treat this like a flu, because it's not a flu. My sister had the flu and she says this is bad. This is really bad. She doesn't have any breathing problems, thank God. But right now it's scary. So yeah. So please, if you can, join me tomorrow. By the time this video comes out, it'll be on Tuesday. Video comes out Monday. So tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be streaming. I think I'm going to stream Ark, but if you have any suggestions for the video, let me know. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you for coming out in the future. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much. Just thank you. So leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, ring the bell, you'll get notified when we go live, and definitely stay safe and stay smart, people. Stay inside. It sucks right now. It really fucking sucks. But we need to get through this. And the only way we can get through this is by using our brains and using our hearts too, because the people we care about the most can be hit with this. And the people that we love who can be very sick can be very susceptible. So please be smart. I love you all. Stay safe, stay smart, and remember to keep on digging. Keep a smile on your face. Do your best. That's all I can say. Thank you again. I will see you Tuesday for the live stream, and I will see you next week with another new episode of the Dorky Dunkleosteus. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.